So, Gotham and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. premiered this week. Since Gotham came out, let's talk about that. I just want to say that if this show sticks to being a grim and gritty cop show, I think it's going to be great.
I think so too.
You did not like this.
All right.
Let's get the dissenting opinion first.
Here's my thing, and I'm willing, I'm going to give it the same rule that I give comics. You got 3 episodes.
Okay.
3 issues, 3 episodes. And I'm going to also throw this out there. I've been watching a shit ton of BBC freaking shows.
Good shit.
And the quality of a BBC show and then going to a Fox show, it's like...
Have you seen Ripper Street?
No.
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, going from the one to the other, I think I'm just spoiled right now. And I don't know if that has something to do with it. But one of the big things I was talking, Trish and I watched it together, and when I was watching it, I couldn't help but think about Ultimate Spider-Man and how it took 5 issues in before Bendis killed off Uncle Ben.
Right.
It kind of bothered me that it was like the episode starts, boom, the Waynes were killed. And it was kind of like, I would have liked to have seen more of a build-up, like, let us love the Waynes. Let us get attached to the Waynes, and then kill them off.
You're right. Well, they could still do that. They could still do flashbacks of how the Waynes have helped out.
I know, but
they should have.
But doing it the other way, it's more of an emotional impact. And
It's true because I mean the Waynes were great, especially on In Living Color. I mean we had Marlon and Damon.
Damon was great.
Seriously,
homie, don't play that.
Totally, man. You know, I mean that was awesome.
That was it. 3 snaps up, man.
7 years. 7 years.
Did you even see that one coming?
No, I did not.
I had it.
As long as I can surprise you, I'm good.
You just helped them right along.
But no, that
no, but I agree with you. That I
That's a
hadn't
good
even
one.
thought
I
of
didn't
that.
think about that. Yeah.
Like build it up. Let's see the corruption in the police force and in the in the mafia and everything. Let Jim Gordon be struggling, and then all of a sudden, bang, you get hit with this major case.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, and like how all right, now also you hit with that major case. How does the corrupt GCPD handle it?
Right.
You know, like all right. We kind of were just like, all right, here's Jim, whom, by the way, and this was another thing I hated. It was like Bullock at the beginning of the episode was like, I hate you. I don't like you. You better quit and transfer now. And then all of a sudden, like halfway through the episode, he's like, don't worry, man, I got you back. We're going to get you out of this. And it's like, you're my partner. And it's like, what happened that suddenly made you kind of...
Well, he was protecting himself at that point.
Yeah, because he's like a famous...
Like, how am I going to look if my partner gets killed and I don't do anything to you?
No, granted, but I don't know. I just...
I liked the grim and gritty cop show. I liked the corruption in the police force, and as long as they stay with that, if I want to see how Carmine Falcone kind of controls the police force and how Jim Gordon is going to fight against that.
I liked when Falcone, the way he runs things. It's like there's rules. I thought that was great.
Like if you're going to kill a police officer, you have to ask permission.
Yeah.
That was cool. Carmine's fucking awesome.
And also, I want to throw one other thing. While I maybe wasn't a big fan of this episode, it had a lot of potential. So I'm not going to say like, oh, it was terrible, but like it had a lot of potential, and that's why you got 3 episodes. Show me what you can do.
I liked it. I think they should have just stuck to how Gotham was while Batman was that young, which is Falcone and this other guy, I forget his name, pretty much running the city or fighting for it.
The corrupt commissioner, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name either.
But there was another gangster, though, wasn't there?
Only now according to Batman Eternal.
Oh, whatever. Okay, so let's just skip that then. That would have been fine, but they started showing us all these villains.
That's another thing that annoyed me.
People were going to need that to get into
we
the
need
show.
That, but we
needed to see
like
the Riddler.
In episode 1, it was like,
shoves it right in your
here's
face.
Selina, here's Poison Ivy, here's Falcone,
and
here's
it's so blatant.
Oswald.
Like, here's Selina, always crawling down like a little cat burglar. Here's Riddler, always saying riddles. Here's Poison Ivy, next to a fucking plant every fucking time.
Yeah, that
just going into the leaf. Nice leaf.
It gets a little blatant.
Stop it!
I'm hoping that after now this first episode and like, okay, we've established these characters, we won't see them in every episode, and it won't be quite as in your fucking face as that was. I didn't like the idea that the Penguin was being called the Penguin right away.
Yeah.
Because he was just another skinny twerp in a suit.
Yeah.
You know, if he had a tux on, I get it.
He wasn't even a henchman. He was a stooge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's levels.
Like, I see why you would call him the Penguin after she broke his fucking knees.
Oh, man, she's
and he was,
awesome.
like, hobbling.
She's a great character.
She was good.
She was
Jada Pinkett.
Didn't realize it was her.
No.
I'm not a big fan of her, period.
But she
she's
was
all
cool
right.
in
Sometimes
this.
she's a bit too intense, but in this she was awesome.
She was.
I'm
great.
also, now going back to that, everybody was gaga over the dude in the green fucking suit up on stage, you know, making
It was
a laugh.
supposed to be the Joker.
Right. Now, first of all, I don't know where any of you motherfuckers online are getting the impression that the Joker's name was ever Joe Kerr. Y'all made that shit up.
Really?
Somebody trolled that and you believed it. That's not true. Nobody has ever known the Joker's name, ever.
There's
Ever.
little shits here
Which,
and
by the
there,
way,
but-
goes with another problem that I have with this, with Gotham. Poison Ivy. So, you remember the Halloween reboot that Rob Zombie did?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I enjoyed it. I did.
Yeah.
One of the big problems I had with it was the original Halloween. Why was Michael Myers bad?
He was just nuts.
Exactly. Why was Michael Myers bad in the reboot?
Because he was like abused and shit.
Right.
You always got to give him a reason. Like,
Right.
and
Which kind of like
we talked about
okay,
that
so they're
with
trying
when
to
the
make
new
us
DC
sympathize.
started, and all of the Batman villains were given horrendous pasts
Yeah,
and everything.
that's true. They were.
and it's just like, you know what?
Nobody
fair.
could be just crazy no more.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody has to have like, oh, her father was, you know,
A criminal,
a
and
criminal,
kind of
and he was
mean
framed, and
probably-
what have you. Probably beat her a
Really
bit.
smart is always picked on.
And it's just like, just let it be. Maybe Edward Nygma is just this really smart guy who's bored to fucking tears.
He's a dick.
And he's just a dick, and
That's
he
it.
just wants to be an asshole.
Why is he a supervillain?
Speaking
Because
of,
he's
we
a
haven't
dick.
seen Mr. Freeze yet.
I don't know if they're gonna go that blatant with superpowers yet. That's a budget. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Poison
That it
Ivy's that
probably
little
does not
kid. She
have
fucking with
yet.
plants, so they're not gonna go there yet.
Right.
You know, everybody else that they've shown is simple.
But what I want to
cheap.
get back to was talking about the dude in the green suit.
On the stage, yeah.
People are saying that that's not the Joker. Because the Joker was a failed comedian, and the fact that this dude was actually making
Her
Jada
laugh.
Pinkett laugh leads you to believe that that's not him. So they're gonna have another
he was
comedian
pretty bad,
auditioning.
He was pretty bad. I think
Yeah.
she's a bit psychotic.
Yeah, that's
So,
how I took
Rumor
it.
has it that the next show is gonna have another comedian auditioning, and he's gonna make her laugh. And maybe the third or fourth episode in, there's gonna be somebody who she's just like, and that's gonna be the Joker.
I don't think Joker has to be in the first season.
I don't think the Joker should be in it fucking at all. I always imagine the Joker and Batman being of similar age because they're such rivals. So the fact that everybody in this show would
true.
be older than him, I understand it's a separate universe and everything, but some things should remain constant.
Nygma should be around the same age.
I agree. Penguin, I'm
should be-
okay with being older.
Yes, agreed.
Fine.
Freeze,
I
I would be
actually
okay
like
with.
the Penguin in this show.
Yeah.
I think he's awesome.
They should have just stressed him because in the comic books, both the old DC and the new one, he's pretty powerful.
Right, he's an
so it makes
established
sense that he's
character
around
in
this
Gotham.
time. Yes, it makes perfect fucking
His
sense.
family
Right.
is established and everything.
Yes.
So I like that. This show has a lot of potential if they don't Smallville it. You know, I liked Smallville for the first couple of seasons, was great. And then they try to put too much of Superman into his life in Smallville and ruin the show. You want to replace the Legion of Superheroes with the Justice Society? Fine, I'll bite. Once you put Doomsday in, now I'm done.
No,
like,
yeah, that's
you're
it.
fucking stupid. So if you try to just make this a grim and gritty corrupt cop show where the one hero cop has to win over his partner and win over all of the other officers, the honest officers on the force, and beat out corruption and the mafia and the evil mayor and whatever, great. You want to have a couple of cameos and maybe show a little twinge of some villain origins, great. The true fans will bite. But if you're going to try to put too much of a Batman origin into a show where we're not going to see Batman ever,
Oh, here's another question.
fans are going to lose. They're gonna leave the show.
Since when is Alfred Australian?
Douchebag?
When is he Australian?
Well, that Australian douchebag.
Well, I mean, that could be like that lower England Liverpool accent too.
They're trying to make him somewhat badass,
Yeah, I know.
but
Like, I don't think I've ever heard Alfred say the word mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Alfred's that proper English.
Yes.
yeah, but
But I didn't mind Alfred being a dick.
I did. But whatever.
Did you?
I'm with you, Ramon.
That's probably my biggest problem.
Oh, really?
Like that's too far. I mean, I don't care. Okay, Catwoman saw the murder of the Waynes.
Right.
Whoa, that's like breaking like cardinal rule. Nobody was there. Nobody saw it except fucking the shooter and the fucking son. Those are only witnesses.
Which I looked up the origin of Joe Chill, and he's actually pretty early on. Aside from the origin being in Detective 33, Joe Chill was actually named early on in Batman 47.
Really?
Pricey book, and earlier it's like
Not surprised.
1945 or so. I expected it would have been like Spider-Man 200 when he encounters the burglar again. It was way later on that somebody decided to name this dude. But
Wasn't it like changed though?
Joe Chilton was the original
Crisis or
guy's
something,
name.
and then he didn't know it. And
Oh, who the fuck knows? I can't keep up with that shit.
no, neither can I.
As far as I'm concerned,
Retcon 15 times over again.
yeah,
Probably has.
it's always going to be Joe Chill for me.
I agree.
I agree.
But, we'll see what happens. Let us know what you thought of Gotham. Questions at peachbasement.com, facebook.com/peachbasement. Let's talk Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You're not watching this.
I'm not.
This is a great
fuck?
show,
Why
man.
not?
And the fact that it ties so heavily into the Marvel Cinematic Universe is something you need
It's
to
the same
check.
All right.
universe.
So you guys said to me, get past the first 6 episodes.
6 to 10, let's say, gracefully.
I watched. It was
I
like
don't
the
think it's
first
that bad, but all right.
2 or 3,
No,
and
you
I was just
gotta
like,
push
this
past
was
that.
hokey as all.
You
Yeah, it's
got to give it more than 2 or 3.
You got to push past that. And once
Okay.
you do, now you're encountering supervillains like Blackout, and we still haven't
Captain
seen
America movie.
Graviton.
You got to fall in love with Chloe.
You will. She's
Is that the
so
one that
adorable.
from after the first episode where
The
Chloe
Detective?
Bennett,
Yeah.
the Sky. Yeah, she's so hot. She's so hot. And so is Ming Na Wen. Oh my
I
god.
think they actually came
Chun-Li,
back
the
hotter.
Shit out
They
of
came
her.
back
Chloe's
hotter.
wearing this
Face,
this
that ninja-
black outfit thing. Is like
that's it.
And not for nothing, Natasha Henstridge.
Lucy Lawless?
Henstridge. No, Christina Henstridge. I think her name is the British girl.
oh those
Simmons.
Simmons.
So hot. Read me a book.
Just all the women. I had a tweet. All the women from
They're
Agents
all
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
ridiculously hot.
Oh my god! I was like, what the fuck?
Stupid hot.
They threw in Lucy Lawless. I'm like, oh my god! I
Yeah,
want
For one episode, holy hell!
Whoa.
Spoiler alert.
hope.
She's Abominamida.
That's hope.
I'm thinking she's either going to come back as an LMD or something. In this episode, like everybody was like, "Oh, Lucy Lawless is joining the cast for one fucking episode." She's dead. She's very dead. Yeah. The whole scene opens with Haley Atwell, also hot, ridiculously hot. Holy hell, Haley! If you're watching, look me up, please.
Okay, desperate.
Yes, that's right.
Dum
That's
Dum.
right.
No, she's
No, she's
ridiculously hot, and she's
I know, but
British.
him.
She has an accent.
She's British. I will make leeway for British.
I'm a sucker for a
British
good
girls.
accent.
Yeah.
Or
Aren't we
French
all?
or Italian. That gelato commercial with the Haagen-Dazs where the chicks are arguing with
Calm
her
down.
boyfriend. Oh my god, where she's cursing him in Italian.
Has he got that little towel over there?
Yeah, it does.
All right.
Dum Dum Dugan and all the other Howling Commandos raid a Hydra camp, and they uncover.
Hail Hydra.
Yep. They actually uncover a Kree warrior that's like frozen. The same Kree warrior we saw it later on in the first episode.
She
the first
created
season of
Shield.
Shield.
Her and Papa Stark. I forget his name. Howard Stark. They're the ones, and she's supposed to get like a mini little series.
So we actually know that the Kree are coming.
That's
The
kind of cool.
Inhumans are coming.
Okay.
So Marvel has that plan for
They
later
are
on.
pushing the Inhumans, man.
This is why they're going to
Holy.
make. So, little advice: get yourself a first appearance of the Inhumans. I already have mine. Get yours now, while
Yeah.
the time is right.
I-
FF46?
43,
4?
I think, starts it. You're gonna get Medusa first with the Frightful Four, and then it'll be the man called Gorgon, and I think Black Bolt appears in 45. I can double check, but I'm not quite certain.
I mean, you can't blame Marvel. They don't own mutants. They don't own a lot
Right,
of
so
shit.
Yeah.
and, I mean, Black Bolt's fucking an awesome character anyway. So you get, like, Haley Atwell and the rest of the Howling Commandos. They raid this Hydra base. They find this, something called an 084, which is their code for, like, alien weaponry that we don't understand. Fast forward to the present day, and now this dude is selling some military secrets with S.H.I.E.L.D. disbanded. They had, the government doesn't know what to do with all these old S.H.I.E.L.D. boxes and stuff, so now they're being examined by top men. And so they break into this facility with a whole bunch of crates everywhere. Lucy Lawless grabs this, like, obelisk thing that suddenly decays her whole fucking arm. And, like, just turns it black as death. And it's killing her. It's necrotizing the flesh.
They chop
Oh,
off her
wow.
arm in the moving vehicle.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then absorbing man, yeah.
All amidst this, they're fighting against the Absorbing Man, who is trying to steal this object for his employers, who is Hydra, basically. He is done so well.
He's done better.
From everything, like first of all, they're shooting at him, and he's like absorbing the bullets as they're hitting him and bouncing off. They're also bouncing off with little pieces of his skin.
Yeah.
That they examine later on, and they're like, well, you know, they get this little piece of metal, and then it just like once it's away from his body for too long, it turns back to skin.
So they're looking at it in a microscope, like, ew.
And then they look. I was like, oh, it's Carl Creel, also called the Crusher.
Yeah.
So they got that in. They realize that he has this power to absorb, you know, whatever he's touching. He's talking to his handler or whatever, his Hydra handler. They give him a diamond that he fucking squeezes his whole hand, turns to fucking diamond.
And the graphics are okay for TV.
They have
TV.
upped the budget
have to.
extremely since the first season. Because they knew, like, now we can get away with it. We've got now General Talbot, who is obviously from Incredible Hulk fame, is going after Coulson and the Shield, these rogue Shield agents. Is going after Hydra still. The Absorbing Man goes after him, picks up a fucking like the chain on the if you're forming a line at Disney World and they've got the chains on it. So he grabs that and grabs one of the balls off the line, so now he's got his classic ball and chain, absorbs the bronze from it, so he's got his whole bronze arm thing going. It was so classically done.
Yeah, it was.
The dude was fucking rock diesel. He was fucking fighting Glenn Talbot. He had all the moves, all of the special effects. They put him in this glass case, and he just kind of smiles. And all of a sudden, like, the guards turn around, he's gone. And they open the fucking glass doors, and you just see a little bit of like the shine off of the glass, and like obviously he turned to fucking glass.
Yeah, because it's just
so well done.
It was awesome.
Like I don't nerd out as much as I do on any show when I watch Shield, because like I watch Arrow, and I'm not a big Green Arrow fan. You know, I'm not Matthew.
Yeah.
So I don't know what goes on with him.
Right.
I like Slade Wilson. I'm a big Deathstroke fan, but you know they threw him in as a villain. Fine. Great, and I like Manu Bennett from Spartacus. He was awesome in that, so I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But I don't get to nerd out. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't really recognize a lot of stuff that spoilers, a little shit that I didn't catch. The Flash, I'm really looking forward to because
You're a
I love the
Flash
Flash.
fan.
I am a stupid Flash fan. I don't even know when it happened. I think it was Michael Turner's fault.
Yes,
when
his
he
covers.
Right
there.
That was when
His
I was like,
covers
all right,
did
now I
that.
gotta
Those
pay
were pretty
attention to the
covers.
Flash.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Those pretty covers.
That's when I got into Superman too. When he
Really?
did the
Superman, Batman.
Godfall? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good story. So, I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you need to get on this show, especially if you're going to be a big fan of the Marvel Universe, the cinematic universe. S.H.I.E.L.D. is kind of a must. Because it will connect everything, and this is going to lead directly into... This is going to be like our leeway point, our liaison to Avengers 2.
Yeah. And probably also the Netflix movies.
Yeah.
Series.
Oh, Daredevil
and Iron Fist, Power Man, and Alias Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Which, with any luck, we will see the Punisher.
Komarabi Kamara wants to know. So with Chris Evans only having 2 more movies in this contract after Avengers 2, and Sebastian Stan being signed on for 9 movies, is it possible we will see him play the role of Captain America in future films similar to comics?
Who knows? At this point, Downey Jr. was only signed on for a couple of movies too, and after Avengers 3, he's supposed to be done. Who the fuck knows what the real future lies? Because if you throw enough money at people, they will sign back on.
I don't know how much money you could throw at Downey, though. He already took so much. I mean, he gets paid percentages now. He's not even like... He gets paid a fat chunk of cash.
And then like percentage of whatever.
Women and children, and then...
Firstborns.
Percentages of like the movie gross. After that... But the thing about Avengers, after that, you just... How much more are you going to offer him?
Marvel knows they're not going to fail now.
Yeah,
like,
no.
It's just... It is what it is.
Especially with Avengers teams change.
Right.
If done right, so far Marvel has, and the fact that they're introducing Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, who were the next team, it makes sense that you realign the team.
Right.
And Chris Evans, I mean, he's great, but he's not exactly like a A-list like Downey is. You know what I'm saying?
He has expressed interest in not doing it anymore. But again, that could also just be preliminaries for I want to re-up my contract. Who knows?
The thing I was going to say is, I mean, like, whenever you see anything with them, with any of the core cast, I think with the exception of actually Rob,
Jr.?
all of them seem like they get along extremely well. I mean, like, when you've got that type of chemistry going on, in my opinion, you've got to be hard-pressed to not want to come back.
Right. And none of these guys strike me as those like really weird actor types that don't want to be typecast. Because I will be typecast for $50 million. Fuck that.
Typecast my ass and
Well, let's see.
Shit.
Speaking about Chris Evans, he was already Johnny Storm, and now he's been Captain America in what, three movies
so far.
So
Losers.
He's gonna be he was in Losers.
he wasn't he in Scott Pilgrim?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
He was also in something in which I haven't seen yet. Snowpiercer. I need to see
Snowpiercer was so good.
Is it?
Heard good.
But that's a comic book movie, right?
It is
Kind of,
yes.
Yeah. So okay, he's been.
You need to see that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
good. So good.
Well, next review, we'll throw down Snowpiercers for you.
You want to talk about a messed up movie?
Hopefully they do all come back because I really hate when they recast people in movies, especially established movies.
Oh, kind of like the last two.
Kind of like every fucking Batman movie.
Ooh, okay, touch a nerve. Touch a nerve.
Keep going.
I'm Batman. Shut up, Chris.
Daniel Blank. Oh, don't go there. He asks us about Gotham, and he wants to know what we think about Supergirl TV show.
Is Helen Slater coming back?
Helen Slater needs to be back somewhere.
She does. I think like
Whether it's
Mama L.
mom.
She should be Mama L.
Mentor, something.
I think she should have a permanent place on the show. Make her some earthbound teacher or something.
You have her as Mama L, and you have flashbacks.
We could do that.
Kara's a teenager when she came to Earth.
Yeah.
So she could have a few years on having flashbacks. And that'd be fine. A nice futuristic shit. Wash off the memory
You
of
need
what
a
they did
budget
to
for
fucking
that.
Krypton.
Because you can't have a Smallville version of Supergirl where she's just learning, because this is going to be a repeat of Smallville with tits. And she's got to have tits, and she's got to have a half shirt. You need
she doesn't have to have tits.
Supergirl.
Supergirl is
Can
not
we make her
exactly-
like 18 so I don't feel creepy? Like
No,
really?
Not gonna.
No, in
They're
Smallville
gonna
she
go-
was old enough, but
They're gonna
In
make
the
her
Michael
15
Turner shit and Superman Batman, she was old enough
yeah.
They're
to
gonna
have
make her
tits
15,
and a short skirt.
They're gonna make her 15, 16 years old.
Really? No,
I would. I'm gonna
they
say.
do that. It's gonna be
I'm
like,
kind of out of
Perf
I'm out
Central.
of it then. I don't.
Because think about it. If you want the you,
I don't think a 15-year-old girl can carry as the starring role of a show.
they're going to want to keep that going for a number of years. You get somebody who's already now 19, 20 years old by the time
Let it
they're
go until
finishing.
she's 25. That's 7 seasons. They can milk that shit.
Yeah, but they're going to try and get
Until
their
she
money's
fucking
worth.
sniffs her first line of cocaine, gets pregnant, and becomes a Hollywood failure like every one other fucking teenage starlet does. I mean, we can get a good 7 years out of this broad. For sure.
For sure.
I think a
For
Supergirl show would be great, but they need the budget, they need the superpowers. This cannot go the way of Smallville. And it cannot go the way of, like, this needs to be on par with The Flash. You need to accept superpowers and supervillains. You got some more questions?
Hold on, wait. Before we go past this, do you remember there was, when they first launched Supergirl after the Turner run, there was, I think Ian Churchill did the cover.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Where she was
very...
she was going to school and she's bending over because she dropped something from her book bag and she's like getting hit by a car and the car's like all wrapped around her and she's like looking up like, what the hell did I do? I would love to see some shit like that being done.
Like where she doesn't
like,
really understand Earth.
and she's just struggling with it. Like you could almost do like, I mean, maybe not the greatest of examples, but like let it be comedic, almost to a point of like, you know, like Scrubs type shit, where like she is just completely messing up every single which way that she possibly
Guys
can.
trying to flirt with her, and she takes it to complete.
I like that idea. That's a good idea.
I would love to see it like that.
Like basically, you're a foreigner in a foreign land. You have no clue what customs or logic or anything is.
I actually like the way the current DC universe did Supergirl in the beginning.
Yeah.
And she has her own fortress of solitude that was in the bottom of the ocean. Of course, they got rid of it, but whatever.
I'm not even reading it.
Yeah.
She only spoke Kryptonian in the beginning.
Any idea on Constantine? That's coming out soon too.
I want to watch that. I am not the biggest Constantine fan, just for
I
the fact
know
that
nothing about Constantine.
yeah, I don't know anything
He's a
about
dick
it.
that does magic.
And he
That's
smokes
pretty
a
much what I
cigarette.
get.
Really it.
Like he reminds me of a Dresden
Think of
who's
him
more of an asshole.
doing magic.
Awesome.
See?
He's pointing at my buddy Tommy over there. If you're not familiar with Tommy, it's Mr. Two Steps who always asks us the asshole questions every week on Instagram. So yeah, go follow him.
The only thing I could also tell you about Constantine is I know that he's supposed to have blonde hair because when Keanu Reeves played him in the movie, I remember there was that big, huge outcry as to the fact that it was Keanu Reeves and he didn't have blonde hair.
I
That
enjoyed
is
that
the
movie.
least of people's worries.
I enjoyed that movie. I mean, I understand now that I'm into the book the difference, but even now I'm hearing the vertical books was better. So like, you know, you can't please everybody, but I enjoyed the movie. I like the current run. I'm looking forward to
See,
it.
that's the problem, and that's the time I speak as a noob. I enjoyed the movie too because I didn't know anything about the books. I
Yeah.
still don't. I would like to get the chance to read those books if the Earth would just stop spinning for about a week or so. And then I could probably read the whole shit. I'll never get a chance to. But I'm still looking forward to the new series. I would like, anything like I said, he's going to be like an asshole Dresden.
Yeah, there you go, Dresden.
Yeah. Question?
Josh Krieg wants to know, superheroes you love to hate on.
Aunt May, Mary Jane. I know they're not heroes, but still, he loves to hate these people.
They need to die. I like the fact that Lois Lane and Superman aren't together. That's one of the reasons why I like the new DC. They're not together. I like that. That's cool. Leave it alone.
Superheroes I love to hate.
Oh, Black fucking Panther.
Oh, you do hate
Oh my
Black
fucking
Panther.
God.
You fucking despise his existence.
He's horrible. And in the last issue
I liked
of New
him.
Avengers,
He's becoming more and more of a fucking pussy.
he's a pussy. Thank God. He's showing some flaws in him. But then they made Storm a hoe, and all right, encouragement's about to happen. The world's gonna go to shit. Obviously, any red-blooded man will go get some pussy, right? And I can't blame him for going to Storm. That's his ex-wife. She's beautiful. She's hot. She's a freak. Yada yada so forth. But it was at the Jean Grey Academy.
You could like electrify his cock while it's in there. You
Think
never
about
know.
that little static shock when she's blowing there.
Fun.
Forget about it. She'd give a Hummer with steam and everything. Anyways.
Hot Hummers. What a concept.
Seriously. If it's too hot, she get a little rain. Hey. So, Wolverine paid for this school.
It's like outdoor shower sex. Just
Wolverine
out in
runs
the
this
rain
school.
and shit.
Oh yeah.
Wolverine's been hitting this woman. They're in a relationship where they love each other. Not just like love. And this motherfucker sneaks into his school and bangs her. Hell no!
How do you really feel?
He's upset.
Wolverine needs to come back from the dead just to fuck this bastard up. Black Panther, my fucking ass. Bitch ass motherfucker.
Well, you got Ramon.
The only reason why I want the Black Panther movie to happen is because I want Denzel in this because he needs to be a comic book. He needs to be in a comic movie.
Yeah.
And he would be perfect as Denzel as T'Challa's father.
I would actually.
It'd be awesome. He's too old to be Black Panther.
He is.
Yes.
But he'd be perfect as a beat up Black Panther giving the throne to that'd be awesome.
Else, handing them
It'd be awesome. But his son's a pussy who fucking doesn't. Oh man, I hope Wolverine kills him. Oh, and then you're making Storm kind of hoish for doing that. You know how I feel about female characters in comic books?
I know.
Oh man,
Ramon is a very respectful man.
I love
Just
titties,
so
but I
you know.
respect them too.
He does. He does. He very much does.
I have a weird relationship with boobies. I love them respectfully.
Got some more questions or what? Because I don't think we can't even top that answer.
No.
Oh, Elsa Desha also wants to know. This is the last one. Whatever happened to Psylord Franklin Richards?
Oh, he's in the future somewhere, bitch slapping Galactus. That was the last we saw of him. Rise, my Galactus. That was it.
I gave up on was that was in FF?
I don't even
gave
pick
up
up
on
Fantastic
FF
Four.
a long
Like I know
time ago.
something happened in Original Sin in that book. I'm not even touching it.
And then there was like S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever, where they had Leonardo da Vinci and Isaac Newton.
Oh my God, that's horrible. I just that book is just.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's gonna cancel.
Franklin Richards is like the world's ultimate mutant in the future, and he's just kind of time traveling, doing his thing.
He should technically show up for this Axis shit
He should.
Yeah.
because he was
But
part
I
of
mean, if
Onslaught.
Franklin Richards shows up and he can just, and the series is done.
So they
So he
won't.
can't show up.
Unless he shows up as a villain.
They can't beat him. They can't. Which brings me to one last. I want to close on this because Franklin Richards is arguably the most powerful being in the Marvel universe,
Yeah, he's
short
ridiculous.
of Eternity or the Living Tribunal.
Yeah.
Stan Lee was recently asked who is the most powerful being in the Marvel universe, and he said Galactus. And there are a bunch of fanboy assholes giving this guy shit over this.
You do
So,
not give
you don't know
fucking
your own
Stan
fucking
Lee.
Marvel universe. You created it. Motherfucker, when Stan Lee created it, Galactus was the most powerful being in the Marvel universe. Sure, he created Eternity, but they were never on that level at that point. It wasn't until way after that Stan Lee was just the editor-in-chief, and now he's just kind of the Queen of England glorified figurehead of Marvel, that these characters like Eternity, the Living Tribunal, the In-Betweener, and all of these other fucking guys have been elevated to this like ultimate cosmic level. When he was writing it, Galactus was the fucking be-all, end-all cosmic being. So you're gonna give a 91-year-old guy some shit over fucking talking about when his era was being written? I will fuck you up personally.
Ooh.
Seriously. Leave this fucking guy alone. This is what his era remembers, and that's his answer. Obviously, it's not true now, but that's the era he knows. You can't expect him to learn fucking 50 years worth of history. It's not happening.
Say one thing. Galactus is definitely the most feared.
Definitely.
Marvel Cinematic, who is the most powerful?
At this point, it's probably Thanos.
But Thanos has done shit. He's done
so
shit.
far.
He's had how many movies and how many freaking gems does he have?
How many has
He
he
only
lost?
has one, I think.
He gave away fucking Loki, that blue one, with fucking this guy has Strucker. No, he doesn't have the red one.
He has none.
He wanted the purple one, but that fucked up.
You didn't get that yet.
I would have loved to see him bitch slap Ronan, though.
He's gonna.
That would have been awesome.
He's gonna bitch slap everybody real soon. With any luck, Marvel gets the rights to Fantastic Four back, and we can get a real Galactus and not a Cloud.
That'd be so awesome.
Big purple guy.
Guys, thanks for tuning in, Pete's Basement Extras. Make sure you tune in to the regular show if you haven't already, and we will see you next week. Hit us up, questions@petesbasement.com, facebook.com/Pete's Basement, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram @Pete's Basement. And that's about it. I am out of whiskey, so I can't even toast you. So it's just that kind of weekend. See you later.